Hello classmates, this is Paul Archibald and this is my week 3 discussion board presentation on the budget and employment opportunities in the city of Menifee, California. The city of Menifee's operating budget is comprised of a general fund and 94 additional funds. The general fund, the revenues usually come from property taxes, sales taxes, and development fees. And the additional 94 funds, the revenues come from sources of special revenue funds like gas fund taxes, Measure A funds. You've got the Supplemental Law Enforcement Services Fund, AQMD. You got grants, Community Development Block Grants, Lighting, Landscape, and Maintenance District, Community Service Areas, Community Facilities District funds, and on and on and on. The general fund of the city of Menifee is $53 million. The general fund includes $13 million in property taxes. You've got $17.5 million in sales taxes, which includes the recently passed Measure DD, which increased local sales taxes by 1%. The development fees that are collected, $10.3 million. You got franchise fees of $3 million, vehicle license fees, $6.4 million, and other revenues of $2.6 million. The city of Menifee has 91,000 residents in it currently, and as the general fund summary shows, the general fund revenues over the last several years has increased from 28 million back in fiscal year 2014-2015 to what we currently have now in the fiscal year 2018-2019, which is 53 million. Something interesting about the expenditures is that it looks like the budget's been run pretty well since the fiscal year 2014-2015. There was just a small over expenditure, and then the 15-16 fiscal year looks like they spent less than what we brought in. And that carried on into the following year in 16-17, then 17-18, a little bit off there, spent a little bit more than they actually spent less than they brought in, which is a good thing. And unfortunately for this new budget that was adopted 2018-2019, it looks like they'll be overspending here by 1.6 million. So not too bad. Looks like they're running things okay, but as always, it's better to spend less than you make and save some money for a rainy day. So hopefully the city management will take care of that. The city of Menifee is currently hiring for a couple of engineering positions. One is in the CIP or capital improvements, and the other's for land development. And it appears that these have been on there for quite some time, posted over 30 days ago on both of these job offerings, which is interesting because, you know, in the economy today, the way it is, there's a lot of jobs available, and people are willing to pay more money to hire the talent that they need to continue to get the job done. This particular position for associate engineer in the CIP, capital improvements, the salary is a range of $81,177 a year to $104,169, and it is full-time. And the job description, what they will be doing is in the engineering department, they'll be working under general supervision. The incumbent performs various professional field and office engineering work related to management, planning, design, construction, and maintenance of the city's development, special projects, transportation and construction sections, land development, traffic engineering, public works infrastructure, capital improvement projects, and daily departmental operations. They'll provide project management and administration, confer with developers, contractors, and representatives of other agencies regarding facility and infrastructure development, administers professional services and construction contracts, administers federal and state grant funds associated with construction projects, provides professional staff assistance to the city engineer, other departments, and the public in areas of expertise, performs a variety of studies, and prepares and presents staff reports, and performs related to work as assigned. The requirements are, number one, you obviously have to be an engineer, licensed engineer in the state of California. They're looking for graduation from an accredited four-year college or university with a bachelor's degree in civil engineering and 3 years of professional engineering design, plan, review, and project administration experience, preferably in a public agency setting. So you can see how something like this would be out there for quite some time, 30 days plus. It is particularly difficult to find somebody that has the experience and the engineering degree that has the knowledge to do what a city needs to get done, and to be able to fall within this pay range is also a challenge as well. Maybe working on the private side will pay a little bit more than public service, but public service definitely has its benefits when it comes to working there long term and looking toward a retirement. We're asked this week to find something surprising, and although the national debt shouldn't be a surprise to any of us, that's one of the topics that I found interesting, to say the least. Currently, we're sitting on top of $22.3 trillion in United States national debt. This can be seen at usdebtclock.org. The part of that that's surprising to me is that we actually had a surplus in the late 90s, partly because of the policies that were in place and quite a bit of luck in the stock market and the companies that were coming out and providing the steam for the country to go in the right direction. But currently we're sitting on top of this debt, and it looks like from where I see it, both sides of the political spectrum have failed to bring us to a point where we start to get this under control, and who knows what will happen in the next decade or so. But that leaves us with the question, which party is going to provide us the leadership to get us out of debt? And maybe it's time we start looking at a third party. Thank you, class, for listening to my presentation, and I look forward to seeing your comments in the discussion board.